Elbit Systems, they blew out numbers like you rarely see people blow out numbers. And what do I mean? Revenue 1.93 billion versus 1.78. Yeah, so it's a couple 100,000 more. But how about this, Pete? Adjusted EPS 266 a share versus 195 was what they were expecting, and 156 a year ago in the same quarter. So, in other words, they're earning $1.10 more per share to the bottom line this year than last year. That's pretty damned impressive, wouldn't you say?
I'd say absolutely. You're 100% spot on, John. I mean, and when I look at this, and this is something we've been going through all through the earnings season, is some of these folks that they're really not paying attention to the year over the year or the month over month. I think that's really important. I think that's as important as the earnings themselves that they're putting out there. So, yeah, for them to be up that much year over year from 156 to 266, yeah, I'd say they're doing something pretty right over here, John. And new all-time highs at 414. So that was pretty impressive. Their free cash flow is another thing that I think is worth mentioning too. $300 million, not so bad. That stock up about 10%. Massive backlog. How about that, John? They got a backlog right now, $22.6 billion as a, so you got a backlog of that. And then you look at where they sit. They're in the aerospace security defense world. Sounds to me like they're in the right spot right now for this thing to continue to have a really, not just a good day, but maybe a good year. So as we watch this thing move to these all-time highs, I don't know that it's done.
Yeah, it's and it's in a space, Pete, when you talk about DOD, Department of Defense, and all that kind of stuff. The things that they do are things that virtually every branch of the service wants and or needs. And that's a good space to be in when wars are heating up in Gaza. And we'll see what happens with President Trump and President Putin today. I hope, fingers crossed, they can get something done there. But that Ukraine war has been going on for 3 years. Wow.